Most goalies could be better at puck handling. Puck handling is still surprisingly a rare skill even at the NHL level. I see too many good goalies leave their crease and become a mess. They make bad passes, they lose the puck, and sometimes they directly give it to the opposing team, leading to a goal. You shouldn't be scared of handling the puck, you just need to learn how to do it right. If you can be a good puck handler, you'll stand out in tryouts or when scouts are in the stands. You'll make the game a lot easier for your team and a lot harder for the opposing team. Your teammates will love you for making their life behind the net and in the corners easier. The opposing team will be really frustrated and they might even have to change their game plan to cope with you. Here are my rules for becoming a better puck handler. Number 1, don't overcomplicate it. You should be making life easier for your teammates. That means getting the puck out of the boards, setting it up nicely for them, making an easy first pass, stopping rims around the boards, etc. Zone clearances are nice, but you don't want to be too fancy. That's the job of your defense. When in doubt, keep it simple, make an easy play, and make it easier for your team to get out of the zone. Rule number 2, practice all the time. When you have free time in practice, you should be stick handling and shooting. At first, you might not be that good, especially if you're young. Get stronger and keep practicing, and soon your puck handling will be one of your top skills. I used to shoot pucks off of a fake ice board in my backyard against the garage wall. I also started to stick handle with a golf ball and my goalie gloves with no tape on my stick on a carpeted floor in my basement while watching a TV show. I also spent a lot of time in practice when the puck was in the other end and there was nothing for me to do. Maybe I was tired of doing skating drills. I would stick handle pucks, I would shoot against the net, I tried to hit the crossbar. I'd spend a lot of my free time on the ice shooting pucks and developing my skill that way. It's fun, it's something to do when you have a lot of time in your hands and you get a lot better fairly quickly too. That's how you get good at anything, but especially puck handling. Hours and hours of practice that accumulates over time, and before you know it, you're a very good puck handler. Rule number 3, take a look. Lots of mistakes are made outside of your net when you keep your head down. You need to get to the puck quickly, then take a look. See where your D are, see where the opposing team is. Take a second to examine the situation, then make a decision. If you go back behind the net and your head is down the whole time, you'll be surprised when you see the other team forechecking. You need to find the puck and get to it while you are still aware of what's happening on the ice. Avoid tunnel vision. While the puck is a focus, it's not the only thing. If you can get to the puck while knowing where both your teammates and the opposing team are situated, it makes life a lot easier. So for example, if the puck is dumped in, you want to know where the players are on the ice. Your number 1 focus, of course, has to be getting to the puck. But when you get there, you want to get there as quick as possible and then take a look around so you know what's happening. You don't want to just go to the puck, keep your head down for a few seconds, and then before you know it, you look up and there's somebody forechecking and putting pressure on you. You need to be aware before you leave your net, and then as soon as you get to the puck, you need to put your head up again and see where everybody is. And that only takes a second, but knowing where everybody is a few seconds ahead of the play happening in front of you makes it a lot easier. It allows you to make smart decisions and it saves you from bad goals. Preparation equals good puck handling. Get there early and be aware. Rule number 4, always have a backup plan. In every situation when you leave the net, you should have a backup plan that saves you from making a mistake that puts the puck in your net. For example, there's a play that you want to make passing to your defenseman who's in the corner, but there's an opposing forward who is skating towards you. While you still want to make the pass, your backup plan should include an option where you can ditch the puck and avoid a dangerous situation. It may not be the most ideal play, but it's safe enough. Having a backup plan will greatly reduce the amount of puck handling errors that lead to goals against. You should never ever let in a goal playing the puck. Now obviously that happens from time to time. I made my own share of mistakes when I left the net, and it shouldn't scare you away from puck handling. You are going to make mistakes. It happens at every level, even in the NHL. But you want to avoid these simple errors that lead to bad goals. And one of the best ways to do that is knowing that no matter what happens in front of you when the puck is on your stick, you have a safe play. So you could be to the side of your net, you have the puck on your stick, there's a player forechecking coming towards you. Now the ideal pass, like I said before, might be to your defenseman who's in the corner or to your right or your left. But you need to also have a backup plan that isn't your ideal plan. It might end up leaving the puck in the opposing team's hands, but it draws them away from the net. It saves you time to get back to your net. So you might just want to dump the puck in the corner, a soft backhand or a forehand, putting it somewhere out of reach of the opposing player. That will allow you time to get back to your net and prevent giving up an empty net goal. Number 4 is spend time playing forward and defense. You'll develop your skating and stick handling skills, and you'll also get better awareness of the ice. You can imagine what it's like for a defenseman to pick up a puck behind the net or for a winger to forecheck a goalie holding onto the puck. I always recommend avoiding early specialization and trying to play a bunch of different sports and positions in hockey to develop well-rounded skills and an understanding of the game. In my opinion, if you want to be a goalie or your kid wants to be a goalie, they shouldn't just play goalie from a very young age and not do anything else. I think you want to play a bunch of different sports to develop that well-rounded athleticism. And then when it comes to hockey in particular, try to play different positions. Now you might play competitively as a goalie, but then you can play shinny or play pickup or play maybe in a house league as a player, as a forward or a defenseman. Personally, that's what I did. I didn't commit to playing goalie full time until I was 12 years old. I started playing goalie at 8 on a select team, and then in house league I was a player. So I got to develop my skills as a defenseman and forward, and also as a goalie. And then when I made the transfer to playing goalie full time, I was a much better skater because of that. I was a much better puck handler, and I had a good awareness of the ice and what other positions on the ice were doing at any given time. I'm not saying you have to do it that way. There are many ways to achieve success in hockey, but that's just my recommendation from my experience and what I think would work best for people in general. Rule number 6 is dedicating an entire off season to becoming a better puck handler. That means getting a shooting board and finding a wall to shoot 100 pucks a day, wearing your gloves and goalie stick and shooting every single day, or stick handling a golf ball every day. Anything you can do to develop your puck handling skills, you dedicate that off season to doing that. It's not the only thing you would do. You also want to develop your actual goaltending skills. You want to develop your off-ice conditioning and strength and fitness, but you want to make the focus for that one off season puck handling. It's much easier to focus on one thing at a time than trying to accomplish a bunch of different goals. So while you maintain your other abilities, you dedicate that off season to puck handling, and that's how you make big improvements in your game. You see this with Sidney Crosby. He was known for spending, and he probably still does, an entire offseason focusing on one thing. It could be his backhand, could be his leg strength, it could be his stick handling. Whatever it is, you pick that one thing that is your entire focus for that offseason. You still maintain your other skills, of course. I'm not saying you just puck handle, but that is what drives your training plan and what you intend to do for the entire offseason. The last rule for good puck handling is confidence. Of course, confidence comes from practice and experience, but a big part of being a good puck handler is knowing you can handle things when you leave the net. Personally speaking, I've always been confident handling the puck because 1, I know I'm good at it, and 2, I know I always have a way out. I could always shoot the puck hard off the glass, or I could wait out an opposing player and put the puck in the corner if I have to. When you're nervous, you make more mistakes. The key thing is to be relaxed and confident. If you can do that, your puck handling will be much, much better. It's easy to say, but harder to do, of course. And that's why these tips are so important. If you follow them, you will improve. I'm passionate about puck handling for goalies because I see too many goalies ruining their game with bad puck handling. There's no excuse for you to stay in your net because you're afraid of making a mistake, when leaving the net and playing the puck can make the game a lot easier for your teammates and help you prevent shots on net and, of course, goals. It just comes down to practice. If you want to stand out at tryouts or when a scout is in the stands, puck handling is one way to do that. It's not the most important skill for a goalie, but it affects your entire game, and it needs to be something that you put time into. A good puck handler reduces both the shots they face in a game and the dangerous opportunities. They help their team get out of bad situations, and they can control the pace of a game. I want you to take your puck handling seriously because it actually is a game changer. And remember, sometimes a good puck handler is a goalie that no one notices that they're actually a good puck handler. That means they're efficient, simple, and they make it look easy. Ed Belfour was a great example. He wasn't as flashy as Martin Brodeur, but he almost always made the right play and made things easier for his team. That should be the goal every time we leave the net. Thanks for watching. Please click the like button and subscribe to the channel. Check out our goalie training programs and our different breed clothing line available on our website linked below, and I will see you in the next video.